It is sad that towards the last months of the 17th Congress, the members of the House of Representatives have to say our last adieu to our colleague, Congressman Rodel Batocabe, especially under such tragic and despicable circumstances. To his widow Gertrude, a very active member of the Congressional Spouses, and his sons Justice and Kill, we in the House of Representatives offer our heartfelt condolences and prayers for strength amid your grief. There is not much for me to add to what our eulogists have already so comprehensively and eloquently recalled. Let me just briefly reiterate some of what they said. All of us recall Rodel to be a bubbly fellow. On the other hand, we have heard our eulogists, we have seen in the video what a daring man he was. The Daragueño who dared. He dared confront the evil in Caraga at the cost of his life. Here, in the physically safer halls of Congress, he was also daring in the advocacies that he pursued. He manifested his fearlessness by the vigor with which he pursued his ideas and convictions. Others who have spoken earlier have mentioned, and I have observed that too, the great passion and brilliance with which he conveyed his ideas, whether they were interpellation arguments, interpellation questions, sponsorships, or manifestations of his opinions on an issue. Close to his heart were matters of the very powerful House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal, of which he was one of the 5 House members. And that was our last conversation about the HRET. We had a spirited discussion about the work of the HRET, and just as he discusses in public, so in private, he was very convincing in whatever he wanted to convey. And sure enough, in all of those things that we talked about, we adopted whatever he suggested because he was so persuasive. Aside from being bubbly, aside from being daring, our eulogists have also talked about how hard-working he was. He left a legacy of 34 laws with national coverage. In the video, we saw what he said about education being the easiest, cheapest, and honorable way to fight poverty and move up the socioeconomic ladder, and he committed a call to quality education accessible to the masses. He fleshed out his advocacy on education for all with 6 laws on education. Notably, UniFast, or the United Student Financial Assistance System for tertiary education. I joined Justice Mendoza and Minority Leader Danny Suarez in paying tribute to his Anti-Bullying Act. Rodel was very proud of that law, especially when it became a part of the headline consciousness in the weeks just before his assassination. In fact, it was the subject matter of his last radio interviews. Rodel still has 40 other national level bills undergoing various stages in the legislative process. And I hope that our colleagues in the 17th Congress will honor his memory by expediting as many of them into passage as possible. The death of Rodel was a shock to us, both in its suddenness and in the manner by which he was taken away from us. In behalf of the House, the whole House of Representatives, I joined Congressman Suarez, who commended the PNP earlier in his eulogy for solving the murder of Congressman Batocabe and his police escort, SPO1 Orlando Diaz. The House deeply appreciates the dedication and hard work our police force have put in to go after the perpetrators of the despicable act in such a short time. The House also appreciates the bravery and loyalty of those in their ranks, like Diaz, who are called upon to perform vital escort and security functions. Now we see it can be at the risk of their lives. Now that the mastermind and his co-conspirators have been identified, on behalf of the House, I join all our colleagues who have made the call to our pillars of justice that now the job is to ensure that the mastermind and the co-conspirators be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. There should be no let up, no stone left unturned until justice is served. But in the meanwhile, again, our congratulations to the PNP for a job well done. We mourn the loss of our esteemed colleague, friend, and ally. Yet the years given to Rodel, short as they were not wasted. We have heard from the eulogists how he lived a good life because he achieved much not only for himself and his family, but more important, for his fellow Bicolanos and Filipinos. He must be up there now, organizing the angels the way he organized the party list to help his fellow Bicolanos and the rest of his countrymen. To Rodel, goodbye. Rest in peace with the Lord. You have done what you wanted to do? No. You have done much, but you wanted to do more for our countrymen, and yet you have done much. Rest in peace, and thank you.